Hey, what's up, guys? It's Max, and we just got done our streaming. I wanted to make this video because it's very important to me. It kind of hits close to heart for arenas, for champion acquisitions, and I wanted to share this video now after the first grind. I didn't want to post any videos about arenas or about hyping or not hyping or just specifically for the arenas. I love the champion. I can tell you that, and I'm excited to play the champion more. I literally on stream just took him to rank 2, and oh my gosh, he hits crazy. He's got some crazy features that keep him alive. I literally should have used like possibly like 4 to 5 revives, and I didn't because he's so good. And I was not holding back on that video. I was holding back on the video talking about the expectancy about this arena grind. So I kind of, me guys, when it comes to arena grinds this year, ever since the 6 stars were released, I've grinded for 2 champions. Chi, the first 6-star champion out there, and I also grinding it for Abomination. So those are the 2 only feature 6 stars, and I've grinded for Jubilee just recently, but at a 6-star basic, and which I hate. If you haven't seen that video, I'll tell you right now, I just hate that grind. I kind of want to keep it to only feature 6-star grinds. The basic grind I might do if it's another non-popular champion like Jubilee. But oh my gosh, I hated that grind. The time it took to just put up the points, it's mentally exhausting because you see your 6 stars and your 5 stars and it's just not putting enough points. Okay, enough of that. Talking about this feature Hercules. Guys, let's look at the leaderboards. I want to say that also there's a lot to talk about when it comes to the leaderboards, whether it's bad, good, the ugly, the what we're seeing when it comes to some, what people assume. And I mean, besides the actual facts that we know that have happened to some of these players that, they've done bad stuff, I'm the type of guy that doesn't hold, necessarily like, people can change kind of mentality. I'm assuming here that everybody play the arenas right, and I know that's not a fact to say and assume, because I can also say, hey, these people cheated, or there's people that got cheated out of the arenas because somebody in there in the top 100 cheated. And this is where I want to go with this video, is that it sucks. This score was extremely high. This is something that we're all kind of. It's a competitive world when it comes to acquiring champions, especially the 6 stars playing MCOC. It's a very competitive gaming area, and gaming has become very competitive. It's crazy how competitive it is. You almost like sports, and we have players who are spending hundreds and thousands of dollars. That makes it more real. Okay, so there's a few things when looking at arenas. What I do, I can share with you what I do, this works when it comes to getting myself ready. When I look at arena, I'm going up against with people with stack accounts. Let's say that's one, right? I'm also going up against people with thousands of units from prior events, like July 4th. They got all these units. Maybe they didn't use them all, So that's another kind of like check mark that I think of. I'm looking at how hyped, how favorite is this champion to certain people, because also certain people have a very strong kind of voice in the community. Is he a good champion? Is he worth going for? And I need to know that. Like, I don't want that to stop. And by me saying that, I don't want that to stop. I need to know that. I need to know whether this person thinks that this champion is good or not, because I don't necessarily, now I do, but I don't have access to the champions to find that out prior to actually getting the crystals or being able to grind for a champion. And then the fourth, there's some people that are not playing the game right. They're, whether you call them using bots, whether they're using other people to grind their accounts, whether they're using ways of getting units, whatever there's just group that category into like cheaters, right? Let's just put that. So I'm going up against them. So if I knew that I'm going up against these individual groups, mentally, I have to be ready to be able to beat everybody in there. The other thing that I look at too is how many people, and this one's hard to do, how many people are actually going for this champion. So the more you expose yourself to other groups, other members, you play with different individuals. Let's say you go from this alliance to this other big alliance, so on and so on. You become familiar with players that tend to grind or tend to like be competitive in this game. So there's thousands and thousands of players out there in MCOC, but there's also very like small handful of players that actually are in these top brackets. So if we scroll down in these, there is quite a few people that I know in these top 100 that I've played with in the past or come across in the last 5 years of me playing this game. And when I kind of like that's the one area that's going to be hard for you to do, is especially if you haven't been in those circles or those groups, is you don't realize, or it's hard for you to know who is actually grinding, who's actually going or saying that they're going to be going for the champion. That's what I do. When I figure out how many people are going for a champion, I say, whoa, I got to step back. I got to realize, am I going to be ready to put in these extra 20 million points because I'm going up against this group of, like I just mentioned, a different group of people, and plus some of my friends that I know that have the means to put up a very large amount of points. So it's a competition, a friendly competition, but it's still a competition. And if it's within friends, it's friendly. But when it's against people, against different alliances, against that other individual guy or girl that you're like, no, I don't want. I want to make sure I get the champion, which is all fair. You should be able to want that. Um, the competition becomes very aggressive, very real. So I would say, and I would recommend, if you're ready for that, then go out and do the grind. Do the grind. And what I mean by that is I know these top. Okay, so by that is I know the people here. We know the score of the person that did 100 and 101 and so on. They didn't not put the effort. They definitely put the effort. But that's how aggressive the competition. Now, this is where the other side of this video is, and my advice to you guys that competed in this grind and either got the champion, and just don't feel right. The way you got the champion, the energy you put, the amount of units you put, how tired and beat up you were after the 3 days, and just you felt like kind of nasty that you had to do all that for a single champion. I would suggest to you to go out, reach out to Kabam, whether it's from emails, creating a ticket, maybe Twitter, just different sources. They have different outlets, maybe even the forums. But my suggestion, the young meaning teenagers, which I doubt there's very many teenagers in that top 100. I think it's more like young adults to old men like myself in that top 100. Give your feedback to Kabam, be constructive, but think about how you're giving your feedback, meaning give it to them with, like, if you were going to email your boss, your coworker, a customer, you're going to send them a proper email, not being using kind of like negative words. The message, trust me, gets across better if you don't be, I'm not saying be like thankful Kabam for this opportunity. No. Be precise in the message you want to give, but don't be rude, or let's use the word toxic that's used in gaming, right? Don't be toxic with what the words you're using to kind of get your message across. So this can be said to kids, teenagers, and young adults and older adults. We can easily jump to that other side. I know this is the internet. I know this is a mobile device and a mobile game. But trust me, whether it's in this gaming or your professional world or your personal life, if a message can be delivered better, the other party will receive it. The the criticism or the constructive feedback, they will receive it better. And so I'm saying don't hold back, especially the top 100 or anybody that missed, anybody, especially everybody that missed from I know the 101 and further. These players right here are not feeling happy. They feel very abused. They feel taken advantage of. They have many doubts. There's cheaters. There's this, like I just mentioned. There's people with stacked accounts. People with spending thousands of dollars. How am I going to compete against them? Like there's a lot of feelings going through the air currently in the next 24 hours after the arena is over. But I would say reach out to them, reach out to Kabam and let them know how you're feeling. Maybe as well as you're feeling, let them know of a solution if you can think of one. Now, your solution might not be the best, might be the perfect, but it gives them a, hey, we didn't think of this. Those guys and girls working in that department are individuals that possibly don't even play the game, don't do arenas. I mean, I doubt it that they're in the arenas trying to compete for the top 100 placements. They're actually working, their hours to be able to make this game possible. So because of that, I'm saying please reach out to Kabam, send your notifications to them, send like different outlets. Be careful on the forums. I am not on the forums, but I've seen it and in the past is that it's very monitored, very police, very probably too much. But then again, I can see the other side of it. Like some of the comments on there are kind of like I'm saying, not done properly. Or sometimes they are and they just drop them down. So I'd be careful with reaching out on the forums. I would reach out on a place where it's maybe straight to them, like a ticket, email, or a tweet. Like tweet to them, at them, and just get the word out how you're feeling, a solution to your fix. The more we can do that as a community, the more they can see that there's an issue with the arenas, and I believe there is an issue with these arenas. Putting up these scores are not healthy, not only for the players, for your body, for your individual sanity, for your account. It's not a good thing. You shouldn't be putting up close to 200 million points. That not only does it drive you nuts, less sleep, less energy to do your stuff, which it's understandable. You're not going to grind for every single champion, but there's got to be a better solution. I know monitoring these arenas is one, meaning like I mentioned, there's those 5 groups of people that do the arenas, policing that area, meaning like, the bots or the cheaters or, whatever. I kind of group that area. That's one solution, but also growing the placement, like giving us maybe 200 players, 300 players. It's not, there's so many players out there, in the game, playing the game. Giving out a couple of more 6-star champions will probably be more sanity, better received from us as a player. I'm not saying this in a selfish way, but I'm saying this in the player area way, that I feel like that would be better if Kabam would do that for us. It would help a lot. I know we're all competing against each other to get the champion, but at the same time, once this stuff happens and we see these things, we kind of come together, and it's kind of like, it feels like it's almost like us versus the developers and the company that we're going and playing the game or going up against, But again, get your message across. I would, I didn't do the arenas. I can't, like, I would definitely reach out and send some constructive kind of like, hey, I think this is the solution. Maybe open up the brackets, go 200, give that a shot for a couple of months, see how that feels, what the results are, how the community is responding to 200 instead of 100. And then we'll go from there, then add another 100 if you need to, because that 200 wasn't enough. We're still seeing that nasty feeling in the community, and you don't want that. At the end of the day, we're your customers, and this is to Kabam, and we buy the units to buy the crystals. We grind the game to get the units, to buy the crystals, or to use towards areas of the game that are important to us. So we're the guys in there playing the game. So I know like I said before, I know if I said it in this video, because this is the second retake, um, that possibly the people managing these arenas or this special area of the game are probably not doing the arenas. They're not playing them, so they see numbers, but they don't know the feelings behind the community. So I'd say get that message across if you can. If you want to leave it in this comment in this video, go right ahead. And I mean, I'll try to like at Kabam and say, hey, look at these comments from this video. Hopefully this helps as some feedback. We have a lot of the players putting up over 170 million points, 160 million points. And that took a lot of money, effort, time, energy. Again, speaking to the few or all, I'm gonna go say everybody in here that did it legitly. So all these players right here, like that miss, anybody that's over 101, so speaking to them, like if you're there, like, I feel bad for you. I feel sorry because I know you put the effort, the time, the energy, the units, everything you did it. You did it right. You did all the steps you needed to do, but it wasn't enough. So that's my mindset. And I know, again, going back, I might be repeating myself, but you're competing against the people. The last one I know is going to be the difficult one, knowing how many people actually are going for a champion, being touched with the community of the actual grinders or people that have the wills and the time and the funds to grind for them, knowing, oh shoot, this person, that person, this person from this alliance, and then these from these alliance, and then these streamers. You might know the streamers, but that's not enough. If only if you knew, like, oh my gosh, like 5 streamers are going for them, be careful. Be very careful. I think this, from my understanding, this arena grind, it was only 2 streamers, which is, I am glad that both of them got it, because that's even more difficult to do. Was KT and Karate Mike were the 2 that I know were streaming their arenas, and that was it. Otherwise, I don't think anybody else was in there that I know of that streams that, or if I missed you, sorry, let me know. But yeah, so like if if you see a hype on that end of streamers, sometimes, I've used them, and I'm not gonna lie, I've used other streamers in the past as pace keepers, and they I was always ahead. Like, I was making sure I was ahead of them by 10 million points. That's my number. I'm just telling you right now, because I know. Okay, I can't tell you all my secrets, but I will share that is kind of what my mindset was that whole time. But my last advice, guys, if you made it to this end of this video, I hope you did, especially if you were in this grind, is please get your voice out there in a respectful, constructive, and please try to give some advice, some kind of opening, some ideas on how to fix this. I think that is the best thing you can do. I know you feel like, well, what is Kabam going to do? I'm just a player. I'm just one person. I just quit the game and that's it. Call it a day. But if you do end up quitting the game, that doesn't fix it. That doesn't help you for future games, for future situations you might find yourself like this. I would say just, write down your feelings, type it up, voice to text. I do that all the time. And that's why if you're in my line chats or group chats, you'll be like, what did Max just say? What the heck? I do voice to text all the time. So do that. Do whatever is easier, but get your message across. Put yourself out there, give your information, tell them this is what I spent. This is the units that I spent. These are my roster. This is the time I spent. I missed out by this much. And I think this is a good solution going forward. I would really appreciate it if you guys did this, the X, Y, and Z. So I'd say definitely do that. Sorry it took so long for this video, but it's a very important one. Hopefully you did make it to the end, I guess. And let me know how you feel, guys. But good luck on your future grinds. Don't give up. Like I said, this is one miss I've missed before, and you will miss. People will miss. There's always going to be winners and losers when it comes to these, especially when there's brackets only, minimums only. But you will win some. So hopefully next time, and I'm not saying you're more prepared, you put in more effort, but you go in like killing it, knowing that like there's almost zero doubt in your heart that you will not miss this champion because you went that fifth step forward, you know. But guys, sorry if you missed again. And if you won and got the champion, congratulations. Hope you enjoy it. If you're going round 2 for Hercules, I hope you're prepared to do that as well. Like I said, and good luck. Thank you guys. See you on the next video. Peace.